when we talk about Shadur and the draft, and we're in Texas, right? So Texas high school football, Texas college football, it's a big deal to us, and it's a big deal to my good buddy Scotty Swingler. Now, all week long, all honestly lead up to the draft, we've been talking nonstop about Shadur, and why not? You know, he's just a social media magnet. He clicks, whatever it is. There's just major interest, dude. But Scotty feels like Cam Ward has been totally screwed out of this whole thing. Scotty, you want to join right now?
Yeah, dude. Here's the thing. I know it's boring because we've known for like at least a month that Cam Ward was going to go number one of the Titans. They made it pretty clear. He made it pretty clear. Cam Ward, generally speaking, not someone who draws a lot of headlines or attention. I think this kid is the best story in sports in a long, long time. I do have my biases. Okay. I grew up in Central Texas. I think Texas high school football is so well represented in Cam Ward's journey. We need to make a film about it. We need to talk to Corey and see if Rogue Media is going to make the Cam Ward film. Let me read you just a couple things about Cam Ward real quick. You know, Cam Ward played at Columbia High School in West Columbia, Texas. That's in Brazoria County. It's a rural county that borders Harris and where Houston is.
Zero-star guy. West
Columbia, Texas has a population of 3,644 people. This is small-town Texas everywhere. There are thousands of towns like this all across Texas, no-name towns. This one in the shadow of Harris County, Houston, but in the country, middle of nowhere, West Columbia. He was a zero-star recruit. He had to go play at Incarnate Word, which is a Catholic school. That's a school with less than 10,000 students. Their stadium seats 6,000 fans. That's Incarnate Word. They play in the Southland Conference, right?
Taina Northington went there, my good buddy from KWTX.
He had to go earn a starting spot at Incarnate Word and then earn his way to play at Miami, get to the Heisman ceremony as a finalist, and now he's the number one overall pick in the NFL draft. And I want to give him his flowers, first of all, because it speaks to his character, his perseverance, his work ethic, his game. Yeah. Like, kid came from, again, small town Texas and became a star. But it also speaks, I think, to this narrative, and this is the last thing I wanted to share, and we can bat around whatever you want. It speaks to this narrative of Texas high school football. Pete.
Pete is ready for this.
Since 2009, this is the sixth Texas high school quarterback taken number one overall after Matthew Stafford, Andrew Luck, Baker Mayfield, and Kyler Murray. Sorry, fifth. I counted wrong. But Texas, since 2010, has led all states with 20 quarterbacks drafted into the NFL draft. Texas high school kids, 20 of them since 2010. Overall, Texas high schools have the most number one overall picks in NFL history with 16. California is second with 13. Texas has produced the most total NFL players ever with 2,628 NFL players coming from the state of Texas. California is second, just 21 behind California, 2,607. But Texas with the most NFL players ever. And as of the 2024 NFL season, Texas had the highest number of high school graduates on opening day rosters with 190. Not to mention, as I quoted to you a few weeks back, since 2018, I believe, the Super Bowl has only been won by Tom Brady or a Texas high school quarterback. Nick Foles, Jalen Hurts, Pat Mahomes, Texas kids. Matt Stafford.
Yeah.
So, I just love the story. I love Cam Ward, and I love what it says about Texas high school football, that even the kid from 3,000 people, West Columbia, Texas, has that kind of talent. That kind of talent is all over the state. Schools know it. The NFL knows it. We should be talking about it more. And I hate that Shadur Sanders and the drama takes away from the goodness that is happening here. Scotty B pointing out Will Howard and Quinn Ewers surely drafted in the next 2 days. Also Texas high school football.
That's a great point.
Not to mention Shadur Sanders.
Yeah. Well, and
Texas high school football.
Let me tell you the best part about what you just said, which is like really, It's compelling. It's insightful. And it's a tip of the cap to Texas high school football, right?
Yep.
Which is the best anywhere across the country. There's no question about that. And this is a guy from Pennsylvania. And Western Pennsylvania's pumped out a lot of great football players, and where I'm from in Philly, but nowhere near, okay? Abdul Carter, by the way, from Philly. Okay, so let's talk about Cam Ward for a second and the person he is. Now, if you saw when he was drafted, and it was awesome to see Travis Hunter, like, that was one of the coolest things. I think to know that guy is who he is, as reported by Dion and everybody else, he's just the best kid, Travis Hunter is. Now, he was elated, jubilant. He's wearing the pink suit. He's dancing. Cam Ward was much different. Cam Ward was basically like it was a business trip. When he got drafted, he was probably one of the more understated guys who was selected by a team. Certainly to be number one and to be that understated on a night where this is the, that's why it's a bummer about Shedeur sometimes, because we're talking about him not getting drafted when this is supposed to be the best night of some of these guys' lives, right? But the best part about the situation last night, to what you're talking about, and the silver lining around Cam Ward, he doesn't care. Like, he doesn't care that people are talking about Shedeur Sanders and they're not talking about him. Like, I've come to learn just from 30,000 feet reading about this kid and talking to guys like McShay about him, talking to people like you about him. McShay was like, dude, this guy's grind city. Like, he's actually a great example to all the kids everywhere, to people everywhere. Like, if you grind your ass off and work hard and you have obviously some tools to tap into, like, this is what it's all about, man.
Bingo. And listen, I went to a high school here in Central Texas. I graduated with 132 people in my class.
Yeah.
For Texas, that's actually not tiny. But for a lot of, when we think of where great football players come from, that's tiny, right?
Yeah.
We've had some good college football players come out of my high school. Nobody make the NFL to this point. But for everybody who goes to a high school like mine,
yeah.
And again, there's thousands of them across the state of Texas. It's huge. There's thousands of kids going to a high school where their graduating classes, 50 kids, 60 kids, 130 kids, 200 kids. And they're going to these schools where they are so under the radar. Scouts are not coming out there to West Texas, East Texas, South Texas, where Cam Ward's from. To see him, 0-star recruit. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, I had a graphic about that. I need to find a graphic for you. Speaking of 0-star recruit. But 0-star recruit, to see Cam doing what he's doing and become the number one overall pick. Earn it, too. Like, nobody's saying he didn't earn it. He doesn't deserve it. Like, oh, well, the Titans screwed up. Like, everyone's like, nah, the Titans got their guy. Here's the graphic. Check this out, Pete. I loved this. You can't see the stars because of my
DJ?
graphic here. Here, boom, there you go.
Okay.
0 stars for Cam Ward, 5 stars for DJ. That tells you everything you need to know about the way we evaluate these prospects and how where they come from really can influence the rankings. Listen, for every kid in the state of Texas, Cam Ward is an inspiration.
Yeah.
He really is. And again, like as you said, he continues to prioritize the right things, put his head down, work hard. I think that's why he's going to be a success.